And what is up everyone, welcome back to another one on the A-Team channel. I'm guessing some of you are still digesting that news from 2 nights ago. It's two very simple words.
Exams cancelled.
You're cancelled, kid.
Cancelled.
But it can have such a profound effect on both ends of the spectrum. There are some of you that are overjoyed with ecstasy from the announcement, while there's others that are completely overconsumed by anxiety and stress. What I'm going to do today is to let you know what is taking place and also share my own thoughts about this. But right before I get into the ins and outs of it all, look guys, I'm sure over the next few days and weeks even, there will be a ton of information that comes out regarding how all of this will work out. And if you want to be in the know, and trust me, you do want to be in the know, especially through these confusing and uncertain times, then make sure to give this one a thumbs up. And also, I want to know, what do you guys think of the exams being cancelled? I want to see if more of you are in favor of it or not. So drop a comment down below whilst the intro is playing. So Boris, and I'm going to keep my own personal thoughts about him to myself. But you know what, he just makes it far too easy to pick on the guy. Anyway, look, following his announcement with exams being cancelled, I want to firstly make it very clear to you guys that he has already done this. He did the exact same thing last year, and all of you should be very careful with how you interpret those words.
Exams being cancelled
Does not mean that you guys have secured your grades.
Far from it.
Neither does it mean that you are going to get your mock grades. And lastly, do not even think that you can now pack up all your books or start having a personal firework charade. Look, exams being cancelled could now mean that you guys really will need to step it up a lot more in terms of your studies. It's going to pile up a lot of pressure in terms of any assessments or mock exams that are going to be set for you. And trust me, there are these assessments that are coming your way. Also, I'm not going to go into it in this video, but remember how that awful algorithm played out last year, where it virtually impacted everyone. Trust me, you do not want to be going through that. I want to quickly announce that as a private exam center like ourselves here at A-Team Academy, we have Igcse exams that are scheduled to take place in January. And I spoke with Pearson's Edexcel earlier today, and they have confirmed that these exams will be taking place. So if you're supposed to be sitting these exams, just know that yes, they are going ahead. This applies to many private candidates that are sitting Igcse and BTEC exams this month. So again, according to Edexcel, they are still taking place during this month during the lockdown. So look, Boris usually makes these announcements and then everyone else has to come and pick up the pieces. So we obviously announced that exams were being cancelled by proposing that there will be alternate arrangements without, of course, specifying what those will be. If I was to make the most logical assumption here, my guess would be that this year's exams will follow the same outline like last year's center assessed grades, which were used to determine students' grades. I reckon over the coming weeks, once Ofqual have once again made reinforcements regarding these changes, you guys will be sitting additional mock exams and further assessments, which will be used to determine your grades in the summer. So if there's a teacher that you don't quite get along with, then now would be a time to mend those relationships. Also, bear in mind that there could be some tweaks being added this year on top of what took place last year, which of course we will have to wait and see what they will be. In the meantime, I strongly encourage all of you to study. Like I said back in March of last year, and some people just completely disregarded that altogether. In your case, I can virtually guarantee that further assessments are going to be conducted and you guys will need to try and make that your best performance to date. Also, if you are a private candidate, then make sure to get yourself signed up with a center that has a good track record and can provide you with CAGs. The reason I'm saying this is purely because you guys don't want to be messed around at the very last hour where you don't end up with getting your grades. This has happened to many students last year, so if any of you are in this position, you can by all means reach out to us. Our details are down below, but I have to warn you, we are limited in spaces right now. This news wasn't all too shocking in all honesty, but I'm sure if any teachers are watching, they'd agree that it's extremely frustrating. We've had half the year where Gavin Williamson has constantly been saying, look, exams will go ahead.
I'll tell you one thing parents and children would like to know is whether the exams will go ahead this summer. Can you guarantee that they will?
Yes, and that's why we took the move to...
Whilst I agree that it is out of everybody's hands, you know, with regards to the virus, I also had my own thoughts of what I would have done. So do you guys want to know what I would have done? Well, let me tell you anyway. I would have set up a system where teachers can estimate the grades for students based on a number of assessments conducted throughout the course of the year. So I would have had one set of mocks taking place in December, another in February, another set in April. And all of these assessments would have aggregated together to account for 50% of the grade. So it wouldn't have been down to one set of mocks which had a strong performance or even a weak performance. The remaining 50% would have been based on one exam in the summer where it would have been one paper for one subject, which would have been a synoptic paper or a multiple choice, which covers the broad spectrum of the entire syllabus. And that way students can be tested on the entire spec as opposed to really minor aspects, which has happened in previous exam series. And therefore, not everything would be hinging on an exam performance. And not only that, it wouldn't just be entirely down to the teacher's assessments, which can be biased, as we know. Some of you may have had issues with some teachers in the past and so forth. So all of this would have kind of played out to a fair solution for you guys. And I think this would have been a fair solution compared to all of the malarkey out there. Anyway, what do you guys think of this? Maybe if enough of you think that this is a good idea, then maybe Boris and Gavin Williamson should listen to this. Or maybe I should just start making announcements from now on. Anyway, look, do let me know what you think down below. And on that note, guys, like I've been saying, I will be updating you guys on the regular, so do get subscribed to the channel. I hope this was helpful in some way. So there you have it. My name is Amin, and I will catch up with you another time.
Look what you've done.